Welcome to Deep Thought. Reading is very powerful. I'm going to tell you what, reading is powerful. I mean, just even a lot of stuff that's happening politically now across the country. You have people trying to ban books. If reading wasn't so powerful and it really couldn't affect you, they wouldn't try to ban it. At one time in this particular nation, prisoners of war, otherwise known colloquially as slaves, they were prevented from reading. For what? See, the thing with reading is, one, it's like you're talking with somebody, because I don't care how objective a writer of a book says or talks or tries to be, there's going to be some level of bias. I don't care what it is. I don't care who the writer is, and that's including my stuff. I can try to be objective, but it's still from my point of view. Everything a writer writes is from their point of view, right? So it's like you having a conversation with them. But or even on an even deeper basis, when you're reading, that's influencing your ideas, because it's like you're talking with this person. An elder told me that, like you having a conversation with that person. And they in turn are having an effect on your ideas. Now remember, one thing going through the world, ideas are everything. If you follow the Hermetic path, what the first law of Hermetics is, everything is mental. So reading is powerful because you're reading someone else's mindset. In fact, in my book, Nice Guys and Players, what do I say? I even said read stuff that goes against your belief system. See, I'll say it now. I don't really get into politics publicly, but I will say I'm against any type of book banning. I'm against it. I've read stuff that goes against. I've read tracts by several white nationalists. Obviously, I ain't down for what they talking about, but I still wanted to know what they were thinking about. If you know yourself and you know your opponent, you need not fear the results of 100 battles. So it was like, I have a problem reading it. I don't have a problem. I'm against book banning, you know. Now, if a parent has some issue with it, okay, that's one thing. But it shouldn't be a public policy or something like that. It shouldn't be. That's bullshit. Because they can still get the books anyway. And all you're doing is creating something where people will go underground and get the information. It's better you have it and then discuss it. But whatever the case, whether it's a book that has beliefs against yours or supports your beliefs, the thing is they're ideas. What happens when we get ideas? That affects everything else. Like I have an idea about being sovereign. On my main channel, I talk about being a sovereign man every Saturday. That's an idea. You know, body game is an idea. Wearing clothes a certain way is an idea. You know, all human beings move through ideas. You have ideologies, you have political systems, spiritual systems, and everything, you know? So reading is that powerful when you have books. Like, and you know, y'all see some books behind me, but that's only a small portion of what I've read in life. There's a lot of books that I've sold, a lot of books I might have just got from the library, so I had to get it. In fact, I've said publicly before, several times really, every person should have a library card, because you got free books there. Even if you can go to the library, even if you don't have a penny to your name. In fact, the main library in downtown DC, the MLK library, they had a lot of homeless people in there, but you can still get what you need out of any of the books. You can find out what you need. I'll never forget this gentleman who, he had to do some complicated taxes, so he went and got a book. These weren't like the regular taxes that we fill out. So they were more complicated. They were for a business, an international business. And he got the knowledge he needed. Remember, you got that knowledge. So that's one thing too. Books carry knowledge. Whatever you need, you can get. You can read a book to get an idea about it. Yes, I do still talk about getting experience or something, but there's a lot of things out there that you can at least get started, get an idea about by just reading it in the book. Personal experience still is the better thing, to go out and do something, but it can still give you an idea, point you in the direction that you need to go. you know? And that's one of the things. I mean, I remember in college, a guy said, you know, everybody, we were at a retreat, and I never forget what he said, and it didn't hit me right then, but years later it would. He said he could read. He said, what was your skill? He said he could read. And I was like, okay. And I was just like, years later, I look back, it's like, oh, okay, I got what he's saying. And he's a professional now. This gentleman's a professional. You can learn anything. You can get an idea about something. It can get you to thinking. There's a lot of books I read and I don't necessarily agree with it. There's a lot of books behind me. I don't agree 100% with the overwhelming majority of them. I don't agree with them 100%. You know, at best, it's like maybe 90% with my favorite books. But it gives me an idea. It's like talking with somebody else. It gives me another perspective on something. And then I can solve problems with that because I can think about it. It's like, well, here's the problem. This been my experience. This is what I know. But then this other person saw it a different way, you know? And usually, I'm going to be real. A lot of times, even with a lot of stuff I know, I might read the book just to see if anybody agrees with what I've seen. Let me say that again. I might read the book just to see if somebody agrees with what I've seen. But it's powerful. It's ideas. It's powerful because you get the ideas and then, you know, you can get the ideas, you can get the knowledge. It can help you through life. It gives you knowledge to solve problems. You know, it might be some books on a particular profession. You can make money with it. It's so many things you can do, you know. One of the saddest things I think I see with the overall education system is there's not enough of emphasis on reading. You know, a lot of other stuff, but look, let's just be real. If someone can read and do basic math, which count their money, it's really all they need. A lot of other stuff is just like, okay, if you want to get in a specialized area, okay. But just to get through life, like there should be a real emphasis on people reading well and understanding what they're reading. And that's the key thing. You know, in fact, you know, and I have a bias towards it because, you know, I know for a fact that in the 6th grade, my reading level was tested at a graduate school level because I always read stuff, you know, and that's how you can always get extra knowledge. You can get a perspective. And I'm going to tell you something now on a deeper level. If you really look at what the days have out there, they just have mindless entertainment just to keep you amused and everything. But, you know, when you look, if you get, when I've picked up some books, I've gotten a lot of information about stuff and a bigger idea what's going on because I only go by, you know, I realize what's in the news and the media. I've said it before, it's propaganda. But then if you get some books by, you know, you get different books on a particular subject and both sides of a subject, then you can get a better idea about what's going on. That's how powerful it is, but what does it affect? Your ideas, your thoughts. First Hermetic law is everything is thought. And I ain't promoting just following that path, of course, but I'm just saying there's one path that really looks at that understands that. So reading is powerful on many levels. You want to do it. There's no shame. There's no shame in it. All right? So anyway, that's all I have for today. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.